All right, guys, welcome to Psychology of the Sale, episode number 8, how to handle objections appropriately. What do you do in sales when somebody, first of all, let's identify anytime anybody uses some wordage, some verbiage, some words, some language with me, don't say wordage, I just made that up. But when you do all of the above, I ask myself what that means. So when people say, how do you handle an objection? I say, what is an objection to you? Is somebody asking a question an objection? If someone being quiet is an objection, if they don't respond the right way to you non-verbally, like, what do you mean by, like, what does that mean to you? First of all. And then they'll tend to say, well, they'll say, I guess, well, give me the objections they're giving you. Well, I call them up, I go meet with them in the home, on the phone, and they say they want to think about it. Okay, got it. And I say, okay, so that's your objection. Yes, they say to me, sounds good, Sean, but I want to think about it. Cool. How do you answer that? Well, the same way I just did what I did with you. What do you mean? And when you say I want to think about it, Tom, what does that mean to you? First of all, when you start addressing something, you don't really even know what the person's saying. You're setting yourself up to fail, right? Like at the end of the day, you're sitting down going, I'm having a discussion with Tom about, I want to think about it. I don't even know what he meant. And I want him to hear out loud what he's saying he meant, so it makes it easier for me to defend it. So Tom, when you say you want to think about it, what do you mean by that? Well, I just want to think about it. I said, no, I hear you, but what do you mean specifically by that? Like, what do you mean? I've been doing this for 30 years. This shit always works. What do you mean? Well, Sean, I'm just saying, like, I don't like to make decisions the first night. Okay, got it, Tom. And Tom, please be clear. I'm doing nothing but trying to help here. Like, you do know that. Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, I just want to make sure on the same page. I'm not trying to, I just want to make sure on the same page. When you say you don't make decisions immediately the first night, explain to me what it is that if I leave here tonight, that you'll think about the next day, 3, 7, 10, 12, that will change your mind. Like you wanted the product, gave the information on the product, showed you exactly what it cost you, whether it's monthly, annually, one time, whatever it is. I did all that for you. We know you need it. I showed you all the information, the price point. With all due respect, it's always nice to say, with all due respect, Tom, if you don't mind me asking, what is there to think about? Well, I just, and he's spinning because it sounds real dumb. The I want to think about it. It's like people are taught what to say subconsciously. Like the psychology of the no sale is taught by people. Don't ever talk to anybody. It's like, mine, you got to buy something eventually. Your uncle, your grandparent, whoever's empowered you to think that way, right? So now all of a sudden Tom is spinning because he's thinking, shit, I don't even know what I meant anyway. It kind of sounded stupid. What he basically means is, I know I need this. I know I need the product. Hell, I asked for it. And obviously I can afford to do it, but hell, it's a new bill. I don't want a new bill. So what do I say to my client? Hey, Tom, if it's about you, which he's not going to say that, but if he's still spinning, I go, Tom, is it about the new payment that's going to start? Is that what you want to think about? Because that's all it is, right? I mean, if it was free, he wouldn't think about it. The product he wants, which would never be free, was free. He wouldn't think about it. It's the price. Is it the price or I don't want a new bill? Well, no, I don't know, Sean, but I go, well, Tom, here's the good news. Do you know what a good time for a new bill is? And he says no, because it's a dumb question. I go, never. There's never a good time for a new bill. Tom, there's never a time that my clients are like, oh my God, I'm so happy to have a new bill. But you know what they're excited about? The product that they wanted for them and their families. Whether it's life insurance, real estate, whatever I was doing. And I framed it around that. So it's very different, depends on your product, right? But that's what they were excited about, Tom. They weren't amped up about, hey, I can't wait to have X amount of dollars come out of my bank account. But that had to happen. But Tom, when you say you want to think about it, here's my problem. You're probably not going to meet with anybody else about this. You know you need the product. So I'm just trying to understand, what are we doing here right now? Like, what are we waiting for? What are we hoping to put into place? You have to learn to identify what's an objection and what's a comment. The objection is, I'm not getting this. Here are the 10 reasons why you need to leave my house. That's an objection. That's like, got it. But, I want to think about it. Hey, I want to run that by my son. If you don't mind me asking, what does he do for work? Well, he's a mechanic. He's a football coach. He's a teacher, whatever. All right. Does he have an insurance license? Does he have a real estate license? I mean, I know he has Zillow, but is he like licensed? No, he's not licensed. Okay, so I want to make sure we're going to wait on you making a decision about what we're talking about. The only person that has, with all due respect, the license or has the information is me. But you're going to talk to somebody that doesn't have the information, doesn't have the license to see if you should buy the product from the guy that's licensed that you know you've already acknowledged that you need for you and your family. I mean, I put it back without being mean, without being derogatory. I am being a little bit flippant. I'm a little bit of fun with it. But, like, help me understand. And I would sit in people's houses across their dining room table and go, guys, I'm just, help me. Hey, then let's call him right now if you want to call him. If you're really, like, you want to talk to him, let's talk to him. But, Tom, if it's just purely because you're trying to get me to leave here so you don't have to buy anything, I didn't ask you to fill this out to begin with. We know you need it. So I just don't understand where the rub is. What are we pushing back on? You know, I don't think it's a good time for me to buy. What do you mean by that? When would be a good time for you to buy it? There's never going to be an ideal time. By the way, welcome to life. It's going to be a pain in the ass quite a bit. That's why they call it like the game of life. But when you start talking about objections, first of all, it's only an objection if you allow it to be. Ask a question to get some idea of what they're actually talking about, what they actually mean, before you start trying to throw up on them and sell them. Because you're like, dude, you don't even know what they meant yet, right? Getting people to understand that concept. Once you start doing all of that, then the whole world changes. But until then, you can't accomplish anything. So understand what a real objection is. Have fun with it. Don't react. Well, why do you want to think about it? Appointment's over. I just don't understand. Or, sounds good. I'll call you in a week. Hey, Sean, I really want to buy it. We want to buy it from you. Sean, we do. We're not going to buy it today. But, Sean, we're going to buy it, obviously. But we need to just take some time to think. And I go, okay. And they go, you have a card or something, your number? And then, most people are like, yeah, here you go. And I stop and I go, Tom, I told you I wouldn't lie to you. Don't lie to me. Let's just be straight up with each other. Is that fair enough? Like I told you when I got here, one of the first things I said is, I will not lie to you about anything. Yeah, no, we really appreciated that. Okay, well, in fairness, I don't want to be lied to either. Well, we're not lying to you, Sean. Okay, got it. Tom, you guys have any intention of calling me back? You don't. You know you need the product. We've all three have discussed it. We know where the price point is. We know you certainly can afford it. We know you need it. But you're trying to push me off just to push me off. The problem is the product's important for whatever those reasons are. And if you're selling a product that's not important, sell a product that's important. The product's important. Hear the reasons this product is important. So don't let anybody move you off of what you're doing because they ask them questions. Don't act like it's the end of the world. Answer a question with a question. Identify what the alleged objection is. It's only an objection if you allow it to be. Hope that helps. Appreciate you. Subscribe, like, share. Get this video out to people that think everything's an objection or don't know how to handle them. I'll help you get better at it. I promise you.